So you said about Lucas. What do you think about his attitude at the press conference? Because he took off his shirt, you know, he was very excited.
Yeah.
With, you know, so his first Olympia, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think that was rude?
No, I don't think it was rude at all. I didn't think it was rude. I'm an athlete, and I see where he's come from. He's excited. This is his first Olympia. He was, you know, privileged to be at the press conference. I know he really wanted to make a good splash, a good impression his first time at the Olympia. And look, this is a show. This is entertainment. And the fans want to see something cool like that, somebody ripping off their shirt. So for him to do that and hit a front double bicep, I thought it was awesome, man. And I'm standing over there going, I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. You can go ahead and do your thing. But I thought it was cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it as like it's disrespect or anything like that or rude. No way, man. If you're gonna do your thing, do your thing.
Yeah, especially because we had those situations before with Ronnie, Cutler, you know, Badel.
Right.
Everything used to do something like that. But the people in Brazil go crazy with that because they thought like Lucas was being disrespectful with you guys, you know, but it's nice to know that.
I didn't look at it like that, man. Like, I give a lot of respect to the athletes, whether it should be deserved or not. I give a lot of respect to the athletes because, look, man, again, I'm an athlete myself. I know what it takes to be an IFBB pro and an Olympia competitor and an Olympia champion. And it's not easy. This is the hardest thing in the world to do, by far. It's the epitome of discipline, man, and it takes not just the physical fortitude, but the mental fortitude to be able to do this. So what, man? First Olympia, take your shirt off, rip it off, man. And the thing is, he did it with a smile on his face. It wasn't arrogant. It wasn't like, come on, I'm gonna beat these guys. It was just like, hey, I'm here, I'm having fun, and I like that attitude. So
nice. You always been like a prospect in division, you know, and after 2 second place in a row, you took 4 in 2020. What that makes to you, what happens to you after that? Because you came back and won. So what changed?
Well, let me just take you back to what I was saying earlier, was when I came into the sport, I came in as mainly a competitor. I wanted to win. I wanted to be the guy on top, and that was it. It was about winning, losing, that was it. I'm gonna work harder than everybody else and beat everybody here. Again, I don't quite look at it like that anymore. So in 2018, taking second to Flex Lewis, of course I wanted to beat Flex Lewis. It didn't happen, and it was tough, but okay, congratulations, champ. You're 7-time Olympia champion, you're a legend, like, okay, you know. 2019, placing second to Kamal, that was like a kick in the stomach for me. I'll be honest with you. Has nothing to do with Kamal.
Of course.
It was more about me. I was so confused that I didn't come away with the title that I almost couldn't accept it in my head. And it really spun me into quite a depression, I'll be honest with you. Not just the Olympia, but there was other things in my life that kind of led. Plus you gotta remember, 2020, that's when COVID hit, and there was a lot of things going on in the world at that time. So during the early 2020 and the 2020 Olympia prep, it was me just trying to pick myself back up from this low that I was in, this just dark place, this depression that I was in, and I was just trying to pick myself up and keep moving forward. So coming into 2020 Olympia, was I training to win? Absolutely. Of course I was. I always trained to be my best, and I would love to win that title back to back, year after year, right? However, like you said, I came back and I placed 4th. But in that, I knew that it was like a finish line for me to put that in the past, to take all that negativity, all that depression that I had, and just say, get rid of it. This is it. I'm moving forward. And so it was like this weight that was like lifted off my chest. Back-to-back second place, 2018, 2019, second place. Am I gonna win? 4th place. Oh my God. Am I gonna continue to bodybuild? Are people gonna still wanna support me? Because, you know, it's not easy to work a normal job and still be an Olympia competitor. So like, am I gonna have the support of anyone? Am I gonna find a coach that's going to back me as well? Or is this it? Am I done? And so I really had to go home. When I say home, I mean back to Indiana, where I very first started bodybuilding. I went to the gym that I first went into, and I had to literally look around and feel what it was like to be in the gym. Why did I start? like, why do I love this? Where did the passion even come from? Was the passion and the love for this to win and inflate my ego and have everybody tell me you're great? No, not even close. Because if you're relying on that, you're gonna be miserable, I promise you. So then I remembered, I just love the pump. I love getting stronger. I love sculpting my physique. I love feeling accomplished after I get done with a crazy leg day, you know? And so I was like, that's why
like the last one.
Like the last one you saw.
That was
5 sets of 20, 315.
Damn.
So I remember what it was like to be in the gym and leave the gym feeling accomplished and feeling good about myself for no other reason than I just knew I was giving my best and I was getting better every day. And I said, okay, I'm grateful that I get to live this life, that I get to build the best physique I can build as a job, as a career, and travel the world and do all the things that I always wanted to do. And I got caught up in the winning, losing competition, things like that, and the drama of competitors and stuff like that. And I realized, you know what, man? What if I never win? What if I never win the Olympia? Are you gonna be okay with that? Are you still okay with being Derek Lunsford, a 2-time second place Olympia, placer? Yeah, I was like, you know what? I am just Derek from Indiana, and I'm privileged, I'm grateful. And so that gratitude really, I think is what took me to the next level, man. This, outside of working with Hani Rambod, who's 20-time Olympia champion coach, like let's be real, like he's the best coach of all time. Having Evogen back me as well, his supplement company. Finding a stronger relationship with God, right? I started really committing myself to going to church, committing myself to Christ. That was by far the biggest change of last year. But that all stemmed from just simply being grateful and saying, wow, like I just love bodybuilding, and I'm grateful that I get to do this. I'm gonna strengthen my relationship with God. I'm gonna strengthen my relationship with my fiance, which is now my wife. I have great friends and family in my life. I'm so blessed. If I never win, I'm a blessed man. And then
it's incredible.
And then we won.
You know why? I'm also a Christian dude.
Good.
And to be honest, the most powerful difference about you at the press conference, that's because you say a lot of time the name of God on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was unbelievable, because it's not so common to see people talking about God, in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And when you did it, I feel something different, So that's a new Derek.
Yes, for sure, 100%. And that's, so I talk sometimes about differentiating your calling versus your purpose, right? So let me break down why I think my calling is bodybuilding. I mean, I just won the Olympia, so that has a good reason in itself. But given the genetics that I have, right? That's God-given. That's not from me. That's not something I can earn or do anything, right?
Yeah.
The people that have been placed in my life, my family, my friends, guidance as far as my coaches along the way, in other sports even, like I didn't put those people in my life. I was blessed with those people that were in my life or are in my life. And then even like passion for bodybuilding, where did that come from? I don't know. I just have a strong passion. I think our passions are sometimes kind of handed to us as well. You know what I mean? We can find passion in areas, in different things in life, but I think that we're also kind of given a passion based on what we like and what we're good at. And so therefore, something along that line is going to be your calling. My calling, I believe, is bodybuilding. It's not my purpose, but my calling. My purpose, serve God, love others, right? Am I able to do that when I'm focused just on bodybuilding and winning? No, I don't think so. Not for me anyway. I have to be able to love my competitors just as if they're a buddy in the gym. You see? I'm being my best, they're being their best, and I'm able to hopefully bring people closer to Christ as my purpose. You see? So I can still be a competitor and be a bodybuilder, but when I'm focused so much on beating this person, being better than him or whatever, to me that's not being real loving and bringing people closer to Christ. That's just doing this. I want to serve my purpose, whether I win, lose, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just what I believe.
Amazing. Okay. So we just talked about Hani Rambod, And I agree with you, he's unbelievable. And what he brings to you, what new he brings to you?
So he is the most all-around coach that I've ever had in anything, any sport or anything. You know, a lot of coaches in bodybuilding can write you up a diet plan. Here you go. Do this cardio, eat these meals, go train, and that's it. And that can be very effective. But there's levels to this. And if you're trying to be an Olympia champion, you're trying to be the best in the world in bodybuilding, I think it takes like a psychological aspect to it too. So that doesn't mean he has to be on me 24/7, 365. There's some time where he allows me to go, and I don't say allows me, but there's some time where I go and I do my own thing, deep in an off season. You know, I like to enjoy a little bit of life sometimes.
Nice.
He knows that I'm still on the plan. I'm still getting the meals in, I'm still training consistently. Now, if he thought differently, he'd probably be riding me harder, you know, but as we're getting closer to the show, it becomes stricter and stricter and stricter. And it becomes tightening of the screws, especially here. Like I said, anybody can write you this plan, here you go, do this. But how do you know that that person is getting the most out of the plan if they're in the gym just like, psychologically not with it, or at home just kind of down? So for him, I think that psychological aspect of being a coach is probably what I would say takes everything to the next level. And it's attention to detail and knowledge. Well, I mean, you have to be knowledgeable. You have to have the experience and know what you're doing. But
so it is a mind job or something?
How would I explain it?
So he participates in your life?
Do you know, like in the gym, when there's like a push and pull back, when you need to push a little harder or you need to pull somebody back a little bit more? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm talking about up here too as well. So there's some times where he says, come on, like you need to, you know, lock it down. Like you need to really, you know, go harder. Like you need to be more focused or whatever. And I'm thinking over here, I'm already giving 100%, man. Like I can't do any more. He's like, basically not, he doesn't say it like this, but not good enough. You can do better. And I'm thinking, dude, like how? Like I'm giving everything. Yeah. He's like, I know you got more. But then there's times where he goes, Derek, pull it back a little bit, man. There's no need to stress. Your worst workout is still better than everybody else's best workout. So you're doing just fine. So there's a push and a pull to it. Just like I said, just like in the gym, it's psychological too. Making sure that he, you know, pushes me when he knows that I can be pushed, and pulls back when he sees, okay, he's getting a little bit stressed, and let's pull back a little bit. Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah, it's kind of a smarter thing to coaching somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Do you think to switch categories at some point in your career? You are happy on 212?